Nick Nurse said, we know they're going to take threes. We know they're going to make them. If we can just knock 4 or 5 attempts off, I feel like that can help us in this series as Maxey gets the window involved. The Sixers without Joel Embiid after his appendectomy, not ruled out for the series, but not playing today as Queta launches himself to the cup.
With Andre Drummond, he's going to get out on those high ball screens if he's not playing drop coverage where he can be attacked. That means that Queta's going to have an easy run up to the basket.
George tosses it in, plus the foul. Has been delighted with the way George has defended and the consistency of that. As Edgecombe comes up with a steal, but then gave it right back.
Great read to pick that ball off. They just couldn't corral it.
Tatum, he got it. There's Maxey dancing, dishing. George 5 to shoot. Had it deflected, White on the grab. Celtics running. Tatum skirts in.
Philly was seeing nothing but white shirts. And Derek White takes it away, and Jason Tatum lays it in on the other end.
Tatum already 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Maxey nuzzling inside, somehow scooped it in.
Boy, talk about making it difficult on Tyrese Maxey, and he delivers. What a big-time finish.
White at 3 is good. Tatum lets it fly off the mark. Grimes soaring in for the rebound. Here's Maxey zipping inside for the lay and the foul.
One of the best defenders in the NBA. Got his shoulders past, the reach, and the finish. Just kicks it out to Tatum, and that's a terrific shot fake.
Tatum 8 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Oubre pumping it down with the left-handed hammer.
Shot the ball really very well this year. Actually, he's left-handed, but took it with a right.
Tatum able to flag it down. Tatum cuts through the D and slams it home. Jason Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum taking on the screen and roll, splitting defenders. And those are shots they got to hit when they get a switch.
Walsh flying ahead, and Tatum finds him. Then White the steal, and that'll end the first. Boston. Brown again gets to the rack.
He has 19 drives per game this season. That's second only Denny Advia from Portland, who he's a big-time driver this year.
Edwards the putback plus the foul.
Well, Edwards, the lefty out of Kentucky, short-armed the first one, but was there for the offensive rebound.
Brown accelerates, Euros, and floats it in. Acrobatic finish from Jaylen Brown.
Leadership that evolved this particular season. Last year when Paul George came to the team and couldn't get on the floor due to injuries, and obviously Joel was dealing with his injuries. As you see, Oubre gets the hoop in the harm there.
And he led Boston last year in scoring, rebounds, and assists. And there's the explosiveness of B.J. Edgecombe.
They're 2 for 15 from 3. Tatum alone at the rack, delighting the crowd.
Boy, that is frustrating when you can't get the ball inbounds on out of bounds underneath, and you wind up giving up a layup 94 feet away.
Maxey whirls it in, plus the foul.
This first half for Tyrese Maxey gets the ball screen, the switch, and because Sam Hauser not square.
About a 6-second difference game in shot clock. Edgecombe didn't take, spins into a 2 and drains it.
George Sedano's point, one thing Philly's got to quit doing is turning the ball over. They had 9 turnovers in that first half.
Not Adem Bonus starting the second half at center.
Bonus staying in, Drummond staying in drop coverage. And that just gives White so much space. There are a ton of players that are unbelievably smart about basketball, but doing it at speed when things are coming at you. Boy, really smart by Paul George to go right into Queta. He was in the restricted area.
And number 4 on Queta, to your point.
Anytime that Maxey or George get guarded by Sam Hauser, whether it's on a switch.
Maxey giving it up. George, 7 to shoot. The crossover, the take, and the hit from 3. Trying to escape George. Brown forces it up and off. Drummond the rebound. They get ahead, deflected by Brown. Brown an open 3 is good. Tatum, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Maxey with space, little teardrop, banks off.
He's going right into Vucevic, who's playing drop coverage off Andre Drummond. He doesn't have to worry about Drummond picking and popping. What a great cut.
Brown the flush on the delivery from White.
Derek White just dribbling right at Paul George, just a little step and go.
6 to shoot. White can't hit the 3. And Grimes the weak side rebound. Beautiful get ahead, and Edgecombe. His spring is just remarkable.
Just the size and strength advantage over VJ Edgecombe down in that low post.
Maxey explodes, swivels it in, plus the foul. Who had an elevated role this season and delivered for Boston. Garza in and out on a 3, long rebound back to Garza. Pritchard connects. Start of the 4th quarter, game 1. Celtics a 95-71 lead on the Sixers this first round matchup.
Kata's right there for most improved player on the season, wouldn't you say?
I say so. As Hauser buries the 3. Here's Edwards. Edwards trying to skate his way inside, couldn't finish it. There you go, Kata on the contest.
They just stayed straight up and down.
Hauser again. 25-plus point game in the 4th quarter, but that's not going to stop any coach from coaching as Kata cashes in on the other end. 55th playoff double-double for Tatum, who's 3 assists away from a triple-double. Tatum slips in. Timeout, Philly. Pritchard sees the seam. Been a lot of that today. Here's Maxey giving it up.
He turns the corner. Peyton Pritchard was right there with nail help.
Drummond giving a world of space. Grimes kicking it out. Edwards denied by Kata, and a shot clock violation. Under 7 minutes to go in the 4th. Grimes shovels to Bona. Bona able to flip it in. First field goal of the game. Edwards off to Watford. Edwards able to drop it in. Here comes Terry up ahead to Watford. Watford in a crowd, couldn't finish it. Looked like Walsh might have gotten it from behind. Just go to the NBA app. All the information you need will be there throughout this playoff run. Walsh connects on a 3. Barlow lays it in. Under 3 minutes to go. Ron Harper Jr. had his own nice moments this season. Glides in for 2.
At least the "We Want Boston" chant is better than the "overrated" chant. I've never understood that. Why, when your team's winning, you'd want to call the other team overrated.
A lot of high fives in the crowd at TD Garden today.
Harper was really good in one of the last regular season game against Orlando. He wound up with 27 in that game.
Grimes trying to save it and does with under 2 minutes to go in game 1. Watford the crossover and the lay.
We're not for this kind of season, and then being a prime contender to get back to the NBA Finals, but I'm not sure we should be surprised.
And 3rd-year player Jordan Walsh. Gonzalez told the media recently that any questions he had about anything on or off the floor, Brown was there to make sure he knew the answers for it. And meanwhile,
the Celtics with their largest margin of victory in a playoff opener ever. A 123-91.
It's on. ESPN on Disney+. Turn it on.